on a show here in the third quarter as the Knicks go back up by 14. Houston has all 11 New York points in the period. Well, Dudley pursuing that loose basketball, gets it to Allen Houston. See how he protects the basketball with his body between himself and Ilgauskas. He knows the big guy's there, and he's big enough to take the blow and still make the shot, and follows it with the foul shot make. And Houston now has scored 20 points for the 9th straight game. He's got 20. And again, he only had 8 at halftime. Turnover. Knight loses it. Johnson to Mills. Chris Mills draws the personal, and he'll shoot a couple as Henderson is called for the foul. And more free throws coming up. When we have a moment, we'll tell you about this week. Some great NBA action coming your way. Starting tomorrow at 7:30, the Nets and the Milwaukee Bucks right here on Fox Sports New York. Tuesday, Knicks start off the West Coast trip in Denver. They'll play the Nuggets. 9 p.m. tip-off on MSG. All coming your way this week. MSG and Fox Sports New York. Mills hits the first free throw. Knicks lead is now 16. And the Knicks lead at 63-46. 14-5 run to start the third. Allen Houston with 12 of those 14 points. Ilgauskas. Knight swings it. Henderson. Well, he's got a real nice pull-up jumper. Even a standstill jumper. A little bit of everything. You can shoot off the dribble, standing still, get the pass. See him shoot like that. You wonder, how could he possibly go 1 for 10 coming in tonight during the last 2 games? Johnson driving against Kemp. There's the double team. Mills kicks it out. Ward is wide open. Mills trying to keep it alive, but Knight able to deflect it away. 63-48. Knicks lead by 15. Henderson again. This one short. Dudley gets his 8th rebound. Houston makes his move. Allen Houston drives in. Now you wonder how Ilgauskas could allow that to happen. At 7-3, he just stood there and watched. And Mike Fratello looking right in his face, perhaps discussing that. A 20-second timeout. Fratello, you can tell, just furious with the lack of defense. As Allen Houston now 14 of his 22 here in the third quarter. Watch him go baseline now and strong for the basket. Ilgauskas with his Statue of Liberty defense there, just puts his hands up in the air. How about blocking a shot? Ooh, you hate that effort if you're a coach. And Fratello looking up at the 7'3" Ilgauskas. Shame on you. And his body language, Ilgauskas, is that he's being lectured. Right. Pain, that's pain on the highly competitive Mike Fratello's face. Ilgauskas now sits down, and look at Allen Houston. God, he is really on a terrific stretch. No question his best stretches in there, and certainly a lot of the points are because Patrick Ewing's not playing, but his overall game is really taking an extra step up. Topico operating against Dudley. Dudley may have gotten a piece of that one. He does get the rebound. It's Knight. That was a hasty shot. Houston, that's a 3. That's good. Allen Houston blowing out the Cavs all by himself here in the third, and the Knicks lead by 20. Timeout, Cavaliers. Houston with 19 points here in the quarter. It's 68-48 Knicks. He's got 17 points in just over 5 minutes. There's still 6:53 remaining in the period. Remarkable shooting performance by Allen Houston. Inside against the big people, he's doing it. That turned out to be a 3-point play. Just going around the big guys as well and bombing it from the outside. What a performance. His season high is 28. But he's got 25 right now. Shot clock down to 7. Shawnell Scott making his first appearance. Obviously, Mike Fratello not happy. And Scott doesn't play a heck of a lot. Henderson's shot won't go. Kemp the rebound. Fight banks it in and a foul. John Kemp with a chance for a 3-point play. Allen Houston called for the personal. He did something wrong, John. That's quite a show he's put on. This
Kemp working hard to get a shot up and in, as it turns out. He always has very interesting body language after certain moves he makes.
Hits the free throw. Now 11 points, 9 boards for Kemp. But the Knicks lead it by 17, 6.5 remaining in the third. Knicks have done a good job knowing Houston's hot. Gets it, quick touch, finally misses. He had hit his first 7 shots of the period, and that one does not go down.
What Allen Houston is enjoying, too, is his teammates' response to him. They keep getting him the basketball throughout this surge of scoring that he's been going through. Not every team does that. A lot of times a guy gets hot, he doesn't see the ball for several minutes at a time. Not in this case tonight.
His teammates recognizing the hot hand. Second straight game he's had a big third quarter. He had 10 points in the third in Orlando when the Knicks put that game away on Friday night. As Kemp misses the first one, that foul last one was on Dudley. Dudley now with 4 fouls. Buck Williams will come in for Dudley. Joe Forte chatting with Dudley. Dudley nods, apparently agreeing with something Forte told him.
Funny, in Kemp's many years in the NBA with Seattle, 8 years. You know, it's funny, I'm surprised myself when I look at this. He's never averaged 20 points a game.
No more. He has a $100 million contract, 7 years he signed after the trade. He's also the captain of the team. The co-captain was Berry. Mills shot no good. Buck Williams tried to keep it alive, but can't.
With Seattle, though, he has always been surrounded with other fine players and scorers.
Kemp double team, gets the feed to Henderson, banks it in, and a foul. And the Cavs have put together a quick 6-0 run, and they're back within 14. Jeff Van Gundy not happy, so he'll call timeout. 5:40 remaining, third quarter. Knicks 68, and the Cavs 54. Time for our Classic Play of the Day, John.
Yes, and ironically, it involves former Cavaliers and Knicks player Chris Mills wearing a Cavs uniform, playing there with Mark Price. This was Game 2 of the playoffs in 1995. That was a 3-point shot, and that turned out to be the game winner of Game 2. Compliments of Chris Mills' long-range shooting.
Of course, Mills didn't have that long, stellar career with the Boston Celtics after signing as a free agent.
Training camp.
Before being
Get me out of here.
but we're really starting to see all the different parts of this game. And John, the way you said it earlier, he's a basketball player. You don't fit him into one position. He just goes out and he does a lot of different things well.
He's blended in so nicely tonight. Much is expected of him with Charles Oakley's absence due to his 1-game suspension. Larry Johnson moving over to that power forward position, and he's come in and done the job.
13th start of the year. He has 14 points, 5 rebounds. Henderson does not convert the 3-point play. Knicks lead remains 14. Knicks up by as many as 20. Still a lot of time remaining. Knicks did a good job in Orlando getting the big lead and holding on to it. See if they can do it for the second straight game. Johnson, 7 on the shot clock over Kemp. Shot won't go. Buck Williams trying to get it. The Cavs come to get away. Story getting a lot of time at the point.
Henderson hounded by Chris Mills. Finally gets the ball outside.
Kemp underneath. And Kemp showing good patience down low, knocking it in. An 8-0 run now by the Cavaliers. And the Knicks lead has been cut to 12. Houston and Johnson working it. Kemp with the steal. Bit of a lazy pass, and Kemp anticipating nicely. Bob Sura has it blocked. Kemp knocks it off the glass. Charlie Ward comes out of the pack and gets tripped up, and it's going to be Cleveland ball. And Ward got tripped.
Excuse me, Mike, puzzled why there wasn't a foul call.
Starks comes in for Chris Mills.
Charlie Ward tripped as he goes for that loose basketball. Hard to see which foot it was, but apparently knocking into one of the Cavs' feet. Oh, what a war with Buck Williams and Kemp.
Kemp makes his moves, and Buck Williams calls for the foul.